It's time now for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news of this Saturday night, May 2nd, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here. Your 11 o'clock news at 9 here. Top story at 11 o'clock here is in Baltimore, where hundreds of Baltimore residents rallied peaceful in the streets Saturday following the arrest a day earlier of 6 police officers in the death of Freddie Gray. In London, that was the happy news on Saturday morning after the Duchess of Cambridge, the British royal, also known as Catherine, gave birth to a second child, which was a baby girl. Police say a suspect in custody and shooting of a plainclothes New York City police officer was critically wounded Saturday evening in the Queens section in New York City. 1 week after a devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Nepal, officials said on Saturday that hope of finding survivors was fading. Nigeria's military rescued 234 more girls and women from a Boko Haram forest stronghold in the country's northeast, according to a message posted Saturday on the Prime Minister Stephen Harper of Canada made a surprise visit to Iraq on Saturday and pledged continued support for the country's battle against the Islamic State group. In Baghdad, Islamic State group militants shot to death at least 25 captive Yazidis at a prison camp in northern Iraq. A Yazidi lawmaker said Saturday the latest mass killing carried out by the extremists targeted the sect. A French patrol ship rescued 217 migrants from 3 small boats that had run into trouble off the coast of Libya on Saturday, the Maritime Police said in a statement. The findings of the federal probe into the road closure at George Washington Bridge lanes in 2013 put New Jersey Governor Chris Christie's decision if he will launch a 2016 White House bid. A missing 2-year-old boy and his bipolar father turned up roughly about 200 miles south of their Central Virginia home on Saturday after North Carolina authorities discovered they had located the pair during a traffic stop in Greenville. In Detroit, no injuries or damages were reported Saturday after a magnitude 4.2 earthquake rattled Michigan and surrounding states shortly after noon. A search for an alleged gunman fizzled to a quiet end in Ohio's University of Toledo after reports service on a suspect brandished a weapon inside the student union building, the local report said. In Des Moines, part of this board attended a Berkshire halfway annual meeting and speculated about who might one day replace the 84-year-old CEO, Warren Buffett, at the helm of the $353 billion company. In New York, the U.S. stock market has struggled for direction as of late, but next week's payroll report could confirm whether the some weakness today in stock prices warning as the weather warms at the start of a longer-term trend. In Moscow, Russian oil and gas condensate production among the world's largest remained at a post-Soviet record level of 10.71 million barrels per day. In April, underpinned by recent recovery in oil prices, Energy Ministry data showed up on Saturday. An international team of researchers has discovered an elusive new bird with a distinct song in China. There's the new bird, the Sichuan bush warbler, shunned the limelight so far by hiding in grassy, scrubby vegetation over the years. Peter Channel News Times now 11:04 here on this late Saturday night, and it is time now for a weather report. Nope, let's move it on to traffic on this late Saturday night, and smooth sailing non-ways byways in New England here, as the only slow spot we could see is the Massachusetts Turnpike on the westbound side. A little slow from around the Austin-Brighton tolls, but otherwise a smooth sailing commute here on this late Saturday night. And the MBTA ferries are looking good. And on the Commuter Rail, Haverhill Line train 1210, 10:12 p.m. from Haverhill, delayed 30-35 minutes today due to a mechanical problem tonight. And some commuter trains may experience delays of 10 to 20 minutes fat caliber due to damage jam track signals and on the MBTA subbrain. It's looking good. Peter Joe News Times now 11:05, and it is time now for a weather report here on this late Saturday night. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts, it's 42 degrees with fair skies, humidity 89%, wind speed is calm, barometer 3.02 inches, dew about 39 degrees, visibility 10 miles an hour here. Okay, let's take a look at current conditions around the region here on this late Saturday night at the 11th hour. 50 degrees out in Boston, 49 in Bedford, 45 in Beverly, 44 in Gloucester, 57 in Fitchburg, 56 in Worcester, 53 in Sturbridge, it's 53 in Norwood, 46 in Taunton and Marshfield, 45 in New Bedford, it's 38 in Falmouth and Chatham, 43 in Prospect, 42 in Cape Cod Bay, 39 in Martha's Vineyard, it's 43 out in Blocktown, 46 in Westerly, 48 in Smithfield, 49 in New York City, 47 in Nislip, 46 in Montauk, 50 in Bridgeport, 48 in New Haven, it's 51 in Denver, 52 in Waterbury, 51 in Meriden, 53 in Hartford and Winslow, Connecticut, it's 58 in Springfield, Massachusetts, it's 58 in Athol, Massachusetts, 58 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 57 in North Adams, Massachusetts, 66 in Albany and Silver Springs, New York, it's 59 in Rutland, Vermont, 65 in Bennington, Vermont, 57 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 61 in Jefferson, 61 degrees out in Keene, New Hampshire, 51 in Jefferson, New Hampshire, 53 in Concord, New Hampshire, 54 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 52 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 44 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Here. Alright, take a look at our surface map around the country. It shows the station front from North Central California and merged with the cold front from Nevada all the way up to Montana, and a station front for North Dakota merged with the cold front from south of Manitoba down for Western Ontario, and a warm front from Northern Ontario stretching with a station front down for Western Quebec, and merged with a front line from Eastern Quebec down through Northern Maine and down for New Brunswick here, and a warm front from South Central Quebec stretching it up to take New York. And a station front from the central Gulf of Mexico stretching out to the Bahamas, and another station front from eastern tip of Cuba down from the northwestern tip of Haiti and up the Dominican Republic here. And we got a front line from South Central Nevada down for southeastern portion of California down for the Gulf of California, another front line from southwestern New Mexico stretching it down for central Mexico, and a front line from east central New Mexico stretching western Texas and up the Plains states and up to the Dakotas there with a pair of low pressures down to the Dakotas, and got another low pressure down for southeastern portions of California, southwestern portion of Mexico, and northeastern portion of Nevada, and up the northwestern portion of Wyoming here. And we got low pressure in the northwestern portions of Ontario down for south central portions of Quebec. And we got high pressure in the northeastern Arizona down for west central portions of Colorado, and high pressure in eastern Kentucky and off the Carolina coastline and off the southwestern Louisiana Gulf Coast there. It's 71 degrees down in Chicago, 67 in Washington, D.C., it's 69 in Atlanta, and in Kansas City, Missouri, it's 76 in Miami, Florida, 73 in Brownsville, Texas, 74 in Dallas, Texas, 75 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 59 in Great Falls, Montana, 77 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 62 in Denver, 72 in Albuquerque, Mexico, 63 in Los Angeles, 61 in San Francisco, and 64 degrees out in Seattle, Washington here. Alright, take a look at our radar. Look here, and it shows some spotty rain showers around west central portion of Quebec, some spotty rain showers in the eastern portions of Ontario, and a line of rain showers from western portion of Ontario down for north central and west central portions of Minnesota down for eastern Dakotas, and a line of showers and storms around eastern Nebraska, spotty showers around eastern Iowa down for northwestern Illinois, down for western Illinois around eastern Missouri around the St. Louis area, and a spotty showers from northern Mexico stretching up the Rockies down for eastern Nevada, and some spotty rain showers around Wyoming down for east central portions of Montana down for western North Dakota, and some spotty rain showers from central British Columbia stretching in for central Alberta down for central Saskatchewan down for southwestern and southeastern portions of Manitoba here, with some few snow and sleet around east central portions of British Columbia. And take a look at satellite loop here, and it shows spotty clouds coming to much of Illinois down for southeastern Iowa, down for eastern Missouri, down for western Indiana, down for west central Kentucky, down for central Tennessee, and a line of clouds coming into much of western Texas and coming into much of the Rockies, down for the southwestern and central and northern plains of the Dakotas, and up in the north central Minnesota, and up the western portions of Ontario here. And line clouds from the British Columbia stretching in north central Alberta down through the Saskatchewan and the Manitoba and up into west extreme northwestern portion of Quebec. Alright, let's take a look at our forecast discussion around the country here. Oh god. It shows warm weather pattern across much of the country. For Monday, precipitation will become more widespread by Sunday night and Monday. The majority of the country will enjoy a relatively quiet weather pattern. For Sunday afternoon will not much in the way of organized precipitation. The overall fall will be more zonal compared to recent days and will prevent any significant cold air intrusions from Canada, and the temperature department readings are expected to be above average for Monday across much of the central and northern United States and near normal for the southeast and deep south regions. According to northern plains and upper Midwest, temperatures will be forecast to be 10 to 20 degrees above average, with widespread highs in the 80s expected this weekend here. In the terms of precipitation, Saturday will be the drier of the 2 weekend days as a large and sprawling surface high over the much of the eastern, central, and eastern United States will help to suppress rainfall. The low pressure area east of the mid-Atlantic region is now far enough offshore to keep the east coast dry. By Sunday afternoon, moisture is expected to be increased along and across much of the intermediate west and Great Plains. A cold front will continue moving southward throughout the Great Basin this evening and should become nearly stationary tonight into Sunday. Its boundary will be served as a focus for showers and thunderstorms across the Four Quarter region in the Rocky Mountains, and much of the activity will be drillingly and orographically enhanced. Another front crossing in the northern plains and upper Midwest also will be resulting in abundant showers and storms as moisture gets drawn northward in the system here. And I'm going to take a look at our forecast discussion around the region here. Progressively warmer weather expected this weekend, especially away from the coast. Dry conditions dominate with the exception of a few showers possible Sunday afternoon across central eastern Massachusetts and around high pressure builds over the region during early next week. A cold front sweeps south across the region Tuesday and then stalls south New England midweek as high pressure rebuilds with dry and warmer weather the remainder of the week. And near-term forecast 10 p.m. update continuation of dry weather across the region, a slight tick up in dew point overnight and some mid-high level clouds scattered around. Just minimums will not be as close tonight as previous nights. Still suspect several locations may make their way into the 40s here. Alright, let's take a look at the weather notes here. Alright. Highs today reach in the 50s on the coast of Massachusetts, while temperatures reach the 60s in the interior of New England there. Interior southern New England there. And expect tomorrow's highs to be 66 for Boston, 71 for Worcester, 74 for Hartford, 74 for New York City, 78 for Albany, New York, 70 for Rutland, Vermont, 75 for Concord, New Hampshire, and 64 in Port Maine. So, we're going to expect temperatures in the 60s along the coast to 70s in the interior New England there. And expected Monday's highs, a few spots could touch 80 degrees. So we could have a first taste of summer on Monday here. And I'm expecting a few hit or miss showers for tomorrow afternoon here. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Overnight, Port Coscard with a low around 40 degrees, calm wind. For Sunday, slight chance of showers before 1 p.m., then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., then isolated showers after 3 p.m. Port Coscard at about 70 degrees, calm wind becoming 7 around 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation 20%. For Sunday, Port Coscard low about 45 degrees, southward about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Monday, south Coscard about 80 degrees, southwest wind increase of 8 to 13 miles per hour in the morning here. Monday night, most of Chris got low about 53 degrees. Southwest wind about 8 to 11 miles per hour for Tuesday. Chance of showers Monday after 10 a.m. Port Sun skies about 76 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40%. Tuesday night, chance of showers before 11 p.m. Most skies got low about 51 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 30%. Wednesday, both sun skies about 70 degrees. Wednesday, most of the coast skies low about 40 degrees. Thursday, southern podcast skies about 72, low about 46 degrees. Friday, most southern podcast skies about 69, low about 50 degrees. And for Saturday, part sun skies about 71 degrees. Peter's weather phrase of the night. A sunny Sunday on top with a few chances of showers there. Peter telling news stops now. 11:15 here, and it is time now for Saturday Night Sports Roundup here on the Saturday Night. And let's take a look at the Red Sox and the Yankees at Fenway Park on this Saturday here, as the Red Sox looking to try to take the middle part of the series with the Yankees at Fenway Park after dropping Game 1 last night here. And the Yankees get on the board in the top of the third on a Brett Gardner double on a line drive to left fielder Henry Ramirez that scores. Didi Gregorius scores, and Brett Gardner now the third and left fielder Henry Ramirez shuts up center Bogarts to third base by a paddle swim ball as it's 1-0 in favor of the Yankees here. And the top of the third, and then in the bottom of the fourth, Dustin Pedroia hits a solo shot in the left center field. Fifth home of the season, ties it at 1-1 piece, and then in the top of the fifth, Brett Gardner singles on a line drive to left fielder Henry Ramirez, and Chase Headley scores. Gregor Pettit scores, and Brett Gardner does the second on the throw. Wade Miley pitching in top of fifth, and it was 3-1 in the favor of the Yankees. And then in the bottom of the seventh inning here, Mookie Betts doubles on a line drive to left field with Brett Gardner that scores. Blake Swihart, fifth double of the season for Mookie Betts, makes it 3-2. Sox trail the Yankees in the bottom of the seventh. But then in the top of the ninth, Chris Young seals the deal for the Yankees in the top of the ninth with a homer on a fly ball to left center field as the Boston Red Sox lose to the New York Yankees 4-2, as now the Sox fall to 12-12 in the season here, as Nathan Eovaldi got the win. Wade Miley was saddled with a loss here, as Wade Miley pitched 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, and struck out 3. And Potentis got to say, tomorrow night, the Boston Red Sox will salvage the final game of a 3-game series with the Yankees tomorrow night at Fenway Park at 8:05 p.m. as Joe Kelly the man for the Red Sox ball. Adam Warner the man for the Yankees here. Alright, other scores around the major leagues on this Saturday night. Texas Rangers and the Oakland Athletics tied at 7-7 apiece. Top of the 8th, San Diego Padres lead the Colorado Rockies 4-2 in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 6th, Arizona Diamondbacks lead the Los Angeles Dodgers 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Minnesota Twins over the Chicago White Sox 5-3. St. Louis Cardinals defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates in final 11 innings 2-1. Milwaukee Brewers over the Chicago Cubs 6-1. San Francisco Giants edge out the Los Angeles Angels 5-4. Miami Marlins shut out the Philadelphia Phillies 7-0. Toronto Blue Jays over the Cleveland Indians 11-4. Baltimore Orioles over the Tampa Bay Rays 4-0. Cincinnati Reds over the Atlanta Hawks. Cincinnati Reds over the Atlanta Braves 8-4. Detroit Tigers edge out the Kansas City Royals 2-1. Houston Astros over the Seattle Mariners 11-4. And Washington Nationals blank the New York Mets 1-0 here. Alright, let's take a look at playoff scores here. As the New York Rangers tied the second round Eastern Conference Series with a Washington Capitals at 1 game apiece with a 3-2 win over the Washington Capitals. And the Los Angeles Clippers edge at the San Antonio Spurs 111-109 on a Chris Paul game-winning shot with 1 second left on the clock. And in MLS soccer scores, New England Revolution defeat the New York Red Bulls at Gillette Stadium 2-1. In other MLS scores, it is Portland Timbers and Vancouver tied at 0-0 apiece in the 34th minute. 39th minute, Los Angeles Galaxy and Colorado tied at 0-0 apiece in Toronto Blake and Philadelphia 1-0. And DC United and the Columbus Crew 2-0 in here. American Pharoah took the 141st Kentucky Derby this afternoon in Louisville, Kentucky. Two reporters said their credentials were revoked for certain acts. Floyd Mayweather, many qualified and other boys taken away as well. David Ortiz was none too happy to learn that memorabilia bearing his autograph was offered to a Fenway Park fan of the night in exchange for Alex Rodriguez's 660th career home run. The Atlanta Hawks think their recent settles will prepare them as they take on the Washington Wizards tomorrow afternoon down in Atlanta. In Talladega, Alabama. So relax that Jimmy Johnson entertained himself as he entered today's Geico 500 indulged in a 50-mile bike ride throughout the rolling countryside near Talladega Super Speedway on Saturday. Rory McIlroy finally got his game in order and made short work of Hideki Matsumura to roll in the quarterfinals of the match play championship on Saturday in San Francisco. Tampa Bay Buccaneers used the draft at cornerstone quarterback Jameis Winston for State and continue to rebuild. The New York Jets may have a new quarterback, but don't expect to be on the field in the regular season game right away, as the New York Jets selected former Baylor quarterback Bryce Petty in the 4th round of the NFL Draft, 103rd overall pick on Saturday. Since drafting 3 potential starters on days 1 and 2, the Houston Texans stayed patient, waiting for the 5th round to roll throughout on Saturday. As a result, they've added some depth at wide receiver. Paul Pierce knows he's got it, and because of him, so does the Washington Wizards. But Pierce called on the Toronto Raptors on not having anything close to it, then proceeded back up, all stuck by playing a big role in sweeping them at age 37 going on 38. Minnesota Wild right wing Justin Fontaine will miss Game 2 of the Western Conference semifinal series against the Chicago Blackhawks in Chicago because of lower body injury. And Miguel and Joe Jimenez and King of Raleigh were involved in a remarkable road during the 3rd day of the WGC Cadillac match play in San Francisco on Friday. And that's going to be it for the Peter Chill 11 o'clock news in this Saturday, May 2nd, 2015. Hope you have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night. See you tomorrow morning.